told you we'd get around changing the oil in this truck. It's almost 50 degrees today. Still got my jacket on, but that's because everything is cold. Everything's just warming up. It's supposed to be 60 tomorrow, I think. Yeah, that gonna wind blowed the other day. And where I don't have a door on this building, filled full of leaves. That's awesome. I had this thing completely swept up, cleaned out. Wasn't a single leaf in here before the other day. But so yeah, let's get this truck up in the air and get to changing some oil in this one. Still have to get in on the ground to get the lift arm set, but that's better than just crawling around on the ground while you're working on one, trust me. Never used a lift before I got this one and got it set up a few months ago, so I still kind of very careful, which is probably not a bad thing. I'm very careful. I always raise a vehicle up if it's one I haven't had raised recently, and just kind of shake it, make sure it seems stable, and then I go on up. I do know when you're under a lift, though, you raise it up and then you let it back down onto the stops, because it's got mechanical stops. Every vehicle lift, as far as I know, probably has mechanical stops. So you always let it down, let it settle on the mechanical stops. Why, you might ask? Well, it's a hydraulic system, and hydraulics can fail at any time. You can bust a line, even though everything's brand new. You can still have a line come apart, bust a line. You can have a failure inside of a cylinder. You could have a failure inside the valve. So you never totally trust hydraulics ever, whether it's a heavy equipment. If you've got a tractor or anything, it's got hydraulics, got a bucket or a boom or anything on it, never ever fully trust hydraulics. That's why when you're working on hydraulics, you mechanically lock things out before you start working on it. And most heavy equipment, your bigger stuff, probably little stuff now too, has provisions on board to lock things out so you can work on things. So yeah, we're setting on the locks. Let's get started changing the oil. This one's really easy, because I don't even have to do any greasing here. I am gonna go get my bump cap though, because I don't want to get my good hat dirty. So I'll be right back. See if we can do it without making a mess. I don't think I want to be right in front of it though. I'm gonna move around to the side. There we go. Still got a drop in the floor. Tell you what, I got a drop on my face somewhere too. Probably in my beard. It's hard to change oil at a vehicle without making a little bit of a mess, you know? I can't. I mean, I done good on the van the other day. I didn't get a drop of oil on the floor, but I did on this one, so yeah. Oh, look here. See, it got me again. I know I got some oil on me somewhere. And well, the filter is right beside the drain plug, so we can go get the oil filter off this one while it's a draining. See if we can make a mess of that too while we're at it. Get the filter wrench on the right way. Yay. Yeah, we'll just let that dribble for a minute. Nah, you can never let it dribble. You just gotta reach up there and grab a hold of it while the hot oil's still running out, right? Huh? Nobody ever lets it just dribble, do they? This guy don't. It's not in my nature. Now, if you're changing your own oil, probably the most important thing is when you get your oil filter off, look up there and make sure that the old gasket did not, there's your gasket in your filter. Make sure it did, because it will come out of this filter and stick to that housing up there. And then you go to spin the new filter on, you got two gaskets. You know, a lot of things in life, two's better than one, but gaskets on an oil filter is not one of those things. So I always like to take a rag and wipe my housing off where the new filter's gonna go. That way, I got two chances to make sure that there's not already a gasket up there. My brother, for some reason, that drives him nuts, wiping that filter surface off. I don't know why, but that's one of them things that just drives him crazy. He's been a professional heavy equipment mechanic his entire adult life, and I'm just a wannabe mechanic and a RV tech. But that drives him absolutely crazy when he sees me wipe off a filter housing where a filter goes on. Don't ask me why, I don't know. There's our new filter. This is a Fram titanium. Bought that at Advance Auto. They are not a sponsor. And you know, usually when I get filters, I'm not loyal to any brand. I just tell them, what's the best deal on a filter and oil right now? So it happened to be Fram oil and Fram filter. Just took a Purelator filter off there. You know, I think it's one of them things where, you know, any oil and filter is better than no oil and filter. Because I've tried operating a few things in my life without oil in them, and it doesn't work very well. So that's why I say any oil and filter is better than no oil and filter. I don't know, I've never been, oh, I gotta have a Fram, or I have to have this, or I have to have a certain brand of oil. Can't, you know, once you start using a certain kind of oil, I put a little bit of oil on this gasket here. You know, oh, once you start using Fram, you always have to use Fram. You know, I don't think there's any truth to that at all. Maybe I'm wrong. That's one of those things that everybody has a strong opinion on. Car guys have a very strong opinion on is their brand of oil, their brand of filter. Not this guy. Let's just spin our new filter up on there. Snug it up. Don't go crazy on that. Oil's still dripping out of that pan, but I swear I think it would drip out of there for 3 days. So we're just gonna wipe that surface off where the plug seals on there. Go ahead and spin our plug in there too. Get our drain pan out of the way. Wipe off that little drip of oil that's getting ready to drip off there. Snug our plug up real good. Just snug. That drain plug's something that gets stripped out a lot anymore. Oh, there's that oil. Yeah, I found that oil that's come spraying out there. It didn't land in my beard, land on my jacket. Yeah, you know, these Jiffy Lube thingies, they're famous for stripping your drain plug out because they're probably using an impact. Why they ever give them boys an impact wrench, I'll never know. Because they can do more damage with that impact wrench than they do good. I'm just gonna walk around here under the truck and just do a quick visual inspection. Make sure everything looks cool. Make sure I don't have any grease fittings. I doubt seriously if this truck has any grease fittings, but I'm gonna look it over because this is the first time I've had it up on the lift and changing oil. So I'm gonna, like I say, just look around, make sure I don't have any grease fittings. I know I got one thing I need to fix here pretty soon, and I gotta get the parts and get it fixed. Let me show you. This bracket for the sway bar, or anti-sway bar, the bolt broke out it. You see that little bolt sticking out there? I noticed this a couple months ago when I had this thing up on the lift, just doing a visual inspection. Oh, I think I had my bump cap on. It doesn't seem to be hurting anything. I know that's not ideal. I need to get a new bracket, a new bolt, and hopefully I can get that broken bolt out. Oil's drained, filter's changed, filter's tightened, drain plug's tight. Time to let it down and put 8 quarts of oil in it. Release the mechanical locks and then we can lower the vehicle. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna check air in the tires while they're chest height, and then we'll be done. So I'll pour the oil in this. Y'all don't need to see that. All right, 8 quarts of premium Fram oil in the crankcase, and now let's record it in the book that hangs on the garage wall. So I can keep a record of everything I do to my vehicles. Because some unscrupulous dealers will tell you now that you have to come back to them to get your oil changed. Otherwise, you avoid your warranty. And now I'm not a lawyer. I didn't consult a lawyer, but I think they're full of poo. As long as you keep a record of when you change the oil, if you have any issues while it's under warranty, I don't think you're going to have any problems. Put which vehicle I'm working on, what I did to it, how many miles is on it, the date. Changed the engine oil and filter. 21522 had 63,553 miles on it. So the next oil change will be roughly 68,553. No, this truck has one of those oil life monitors, and it was down to like 20%. And you know, I mean, probably theoretically you could go all the way to 100%. But I've heard that these trucks here have that engine that changes from V8 to V4, and I have heard that you do not. Boy, my face looks filthy. It's not. You do not want to let this oil get dirty in these trucks or cars, whatever's got those engines that change from so many cylinders down to other cylinders and all that nonsense. He said you don't want that oil to get dirty. So only thing left to do is start up, make sure we don't have any leaks, and change the oil life filter. Let's go over that real quick. Let's start it up. Watch the oil pressure gauge. It's the little one on the right. Should pop right up. There we go. Oh, that's going through this whole test thing. There it goes to 0, and then it pops up. Here we go. Almost 40 pounds. All right, let's see. Get the music off. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Okay. This is your driver information center, or DIC for short. You can make that whatever you want. No, not that one. Oh, dismiss. Oh, we'll scroll around to the oil life. Here we are. The oil life remaining, and on this particular truck, we just press and hold the check mark. And there we are, back to 100%. So there, on this particular vehicle, that's how you reset your oil life monitor hickey majigger thingy. All right, we're gonna go do something else. Y'all have a good day. We'll probably catch you another day.